Hello and good morning. Let's jump into our study about love. How are all of you guys doing? I feel like I'm getting so much out of this study. So today is day 27, and we're going to look at John 14:21. He who has my commandments and keeps them, he it is who loves me. And he who loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I will love him, and will disclose myself to him. This verse out of context was a little bit confusing to me. Maybe it's just because it's early this morning. But I had to kind of set the stage for myself and understand where and what Jesus is talking about in this verse. So, to set the stage, Jesus is talking to the 11 since Judas has already left to betray him. And these words are part of that Last Supper before they go to the garden to pray. He's basically letting them all know that even though he will soon no longer be there with him physically, if they follow his teachings and are obedient, he will reveal himself to them, much like we see in our own lives. When we seek first his kingdom and abide in the Spirit, he reveals his will for our lives. Let's dig a little deeper in the cross-reference section. So our first cross-reference is John 14:15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. John 14:23. Jesus answered and said to him, If anyone loves me, he will keep my word, and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our abode with him. John 15:10. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. Next is 2 John 6. And this is love, that we walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, just as you have heard it from the beginning, that you should walk in it. And from verse 5, that commandment is to love one another. John 16:27. For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me, and have believed I came forth from the Father. Exodus 33:18. Then Moses said, I pray thee, show me thy glory. And finally, Proverbs 8:17. I love those who love me, and those who diligently seek me will find me. All right, it's time to journal out our prayers. So let's review some of the verses. So the main commandment that we are to focus on is obviously to love one another. And then I love how Moses is just like, hey, God, show me your glory. Obviously, God gives him instructions on that, how he can't see his face. He can only be near him on the mountain. But it's just such a cool lesson. And then to remember that the commandments are not burdensome. So if it feels like you are striving, you might be doing it with the wrong heart posture. So consider these things as you pray, and I'll see you tomorrow.